So, like, I don't know how long it was, but people saw me at the club, and then later people found me behind a dumpster. But it was behind a dumpster at a restaurant that was nearby our hotel room. From then till then, I don't no idea what happened. I don't know how I got behind that dumpster. All that I do know is that somehow, some way, I did get behind that dumpster. So far, I haven't found anything negative from that. But back to the story. When they found me, they said I was a mess. I, I was told, I was told that I made a bunch of phone calls, and like you could say it was like drunk dialing and all that stuff. It's like, I freaking love you, man, or I love you. Oh man, I love you. But and then like one phone call turned out that I needed help and I needed someone to pick me up. And thankfully somebody did manage to find me behind that dumpster. They said I was a complete wreck. They managed to, thankfully, where we were at, where they found me, it was on the same side of the street as the hotel was. And so the only thing they had to do was just carry me from that dumpster to the hotel, which wasn't too far. When we got to the hotel, the security pulled us over at the gate and they started asking questions. They started getting concerned about my condition. Cause like I said, I was a complete wreck. I was a mess. I ended up vomiting in a barrel while I was in there, and they just thought I needed to go to the hospital. And they were borderline, and I mean borderline, to calling 911 to get me out. And then a bunch of people was trying to say that I don't need to go and all that stuff, and then they decided to ask questions to me. They asked me like where I was and all that stuff, and I was able to answer that question. Not like how I'm talking to you right now, just superbly sluggish. And then when they started asking me about my birthday, I was getting so sluggish to the point I just wanted to pass out. And they were starting to begin to guess when my birthday was. So a bunch of my friends was asking what my birthday was. They asked, say, if it was in May. I simply did a. And then they asked if I was born in September. And I was like, then I was asked if I was born just in December, and I was like, and then whenever they asked me if I was born in November, I was like, and then when they asked me like my date of my birthday and what the date was that day, I was like, it's like, this represents 11. And then like, which I was like, November 9th, 1985, which was my birthday, November 9th, 1985. And so they decided, the officials out there decided not to call 911. They just said just needed to sleep it off. And so they wheelchaired me back up to my hotel room and I passed out there. That experience thus far has been the most scariest experience for me. It's kind of like the hangover, but thankfully nobody ended up missing. Nobody ended up dying that night or anything. That's super crazy. You could say I was like a repeat, somewhat of a repeat of Ruthie from The Real World Hawaii, if anybody out there remembers that. That was my favorite season of The Real World, and around one of the first episodes, Ruthie drank so much. Looked like she drank a whole lot more than what I did. I mean, her vomit was like... My vomit looked normal, and hers was like pitch black. And from what I heard, from what they said, that she suffered alcohol poisoning, and she did go to the hospital. Thankfully, I didn't have to go to the hospital myself, and I was thankful that I do have people that I do love and care about that was with me that night to help me. And if you guys are catching this, thank you, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. So before I leave today, for those that are being peer pressured, you don't have to drink to have fun. Let that be your choice. If you do choose to drink, make sure someone watches your back, and make sure you have a DD that goes with you. And if you choose to ignore that, be prepared to face the consequences. And my question is, are you willing to accept the consequences? Well, that'll do it for this week's episode of Power, Pain, and Triumph. Until next time, hopefully I won't be so busy. Until next time, you have a nice week. God bless. You have a nice day.